We need both. The township is saying yes. The borough result will probably come tomorrow. Well, let's wrap this up. Once again, the big story on this election night, 1996, is a re-election victory for President Clinton. The president, Mrs. Clinton, Chelsea Clinton, Vice President, and Mrs. Gore and their children came out to greet thousands of supporters gathered in Little Rock just before midnight. Clinton won about half the popular vote against Bob Dole and Ross Perot and held a huge advantage in electoral votes to become the first Democrat to win 2 presidential elections in 52 years. Also tonight, Bob Torricelli won New Jersey's hard-fought race in the U.S. Senate. He succeeds Democrat Bill Bradley. Joe Biden re-elected to a 5th term in the U.S. Senate from Delaware, and Tom Carper won re-election as governor of Delaware. Again, the one race that is still very much up in the air, John Fox and Joe Huffle in the 13th district. Right now, John Fox winning. Well, we have new numbers coming up. Let's put these on the air right now. Does that say 99%? 99% of the vote in, and Fox is leading by less than 100 votes. So this race will not be decided tonight. There could be many political maneuvers that happen here before we know who will represent the 13th district. Joe Huffle is now at his headquarters. He is at the podium. Let's go live to the scene as he is thanking some people around the podium. He clearly is not accepting victory nor conceding defeat. At least I can't imagine, unless he knows something that we don't. But let's listen to what he has to say.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I guess you've heard the news. It's too close to call. Has everybody in this room voted?
Can we vote again?
This election is too close to call. Those are the unofficial results from the county courthouse. It's not going to be decided tonight. It won't be decided for several days. I am sure there's going to be a recount. But I am sure we will prevail. I know it's been a very long day, and I know how hard all of you have worked. I am immensely grateful for everything that you've done. I'm sorry that we can't close the door tonight. We are going to have to work a little bit harder and keep a very close eye on that count, which we will do. I thank you for everything. I think it's time now to go home and get a good night's sleep and rest up. And we will be back here again, I'm confident, to declare a victory in a few days. Thank you.
A mere 51 votes separating Joe Huffle from John Fox out of over 240,000 cast. Joe Huffle up on the stage with his wife Francesca, his daughter Mary, and his son Jake. And so we have one of those kinds of races. As Vernon Odom looks on, we see you in the corner of our screen. Vernon, as long as we see Vernon, I think we cannot leave until we tap his brain and get some reaction to what we're seeing. Vernon, what's your reaction to all of this?
Joe, my reaction is, Jim, that this is what they've been saying it was going to come down to. Just this close, just this tight a race down to the wire. The last word we got from Huffle's camp is that they believe that somehow they're going to pull this out by roughly 1,000 votes when that last percentage point is counted. Huffle, but that's it. They just don't know, and that's where it stands right now. Obviously, as close as this thing is, either side that prevails in this initial count, this unofficial count, is going to call for a recount over the next several days. So I think Huffle's setting that up already. And they're already criticizing the county courthouse counting system around here as well. I'm going to try to get Huffle over here for an interview in a few moments, but my analysis is this is very close. The fact that Huffle has kept it this close is something of a phenomenon because of the Republican registration advantage in Montgomery County. But that's literally all we can say right now. That's it. That's very close. He's not nearly ready to declare or make a concession speech, Jim.
All right, Vern. Let's try to get some reaction now from John Rollins at John Fox headquarters. John, what's going on there?
Well, this news hit here like a ton of bricks, to say the least. It had looked like they were up by a good 1,500 votes. They had been tracking that way for a long time. Then all of a sudden, the information just sort of came out of nowhere that with 99% of the vote in, they had a razor, and I emphasize the term razor-thin lead of 51 votes. Now, Congressman Fox is in a back room right now. We've tried to get him out here to talk to him about this, what he plans to do. Jim, you and I had talked earlier. Certainly it would appear there's going to be some call somewhere along the line for a recount on this, most likely from the Hoffel camp. But people here are somewhat shocked at the thin margin that those numbers are reflecting. I'm John Rollins, live on the Action Cam in Bluebell. Jim?
All right, it is almost astonishing that out of over 240,000 votes cast, 240,000, almost 240,400 votes cast, that these two candidates are separated by a mere 51 votes. And if you don't think that shaking every hand and standing on every street corner and trying to get every political ad on television that you can and on radio is important, well, a race like this demonstrates just how important it is to try to make contact with every potential voter in your district. Perhaps we'll know more.